Well, hello, my lovelies. It's Murky Meg here. It's Monday, the 3rd of January, and news from Montecito is that Harry and Meghan are now planning to leave their $14.8 million home because, wait for it, they're not over the moon with the luxury property. According to multiple news sources, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, I hate calling them that, are reportedly looking to move from their 9-bedroom property in the exclusive neighbourhood of Montecito after just 18 months, as they do not like its location. A source told the Daily Mail that they are thinking of selling their house. However, it won't be on the market because of who they are. I mean, come on, entitled or what? Apparently, it's only being shown to people who are confirmed with funds and are serious buyers. The insider added that they want to stay in the neighbourhood or nearby, but they aren't over the moon about the house and its location. It beggars belief. I mean, how much of a home, and from what we've seen, and we've seen the house when it was previously on the market, how gorgeous it is. What is good enough for them? Is it not grand enough? Is it not in the most desired area of Montecito? Does she not like the neighbours? I mean, it's Ellen, for goodness sake. What will be good enough for her? Unfortunately, this is not only a control issue. This is just my paraphrasing and my insight into this. I believe that nothing will ever be good enough for her at all unless she has the best house in Montecito or the best house in New York City, because that's how narcissists are. They want to be bigger and better than anybody else. And this constant need for attention and praise of others to make them feel good is rarely going to make anybody happy. Remember, before they were offered Frogmore Cottage, they actually requested that they wanted to live within Windsor Castle with the Queen. The Queen, quite rightfully, said, no, you're having Frogmore Cottage. That goes to show you the mentality that only a castle, the grandest castle, will ever be good enough for Meghan Markle. And this is exactly, in my opinion, is what is happening. They've brought this beautiful home in an idyllic setting. We've seen the garden all over the place. It looks perfect, yet just not good enough. Is it not modern enough for them? Do the neighbours not like them enough? Are they not fawning over them? That's a good theory, actually. We've heard several accounts from neighbours saying that when they arrived in Montecito, it brought unwanted attention by the media and that they didn't really like that. So it could very well be that they've caused a nuisance in the area and the neighbours are not happy. Another theory is that when they first exited the royal family, it seems that they thought that they were going to be inundated with deals, and it seemed that way too. We had the offer from Netflix, who they've gone to bed with. We've had Spotify. Now, Spotify, nothing, as I've said in previous videos, they've done one episode in 1 year. Now, I can imagine Spotify are tearing their hair out at this point, and I can predict that they've only literally handed over a small retainer and then the rest will come when they perform. No company is going to hand over a humongous check just like that because of who they are. They would have been given an upfront fee and then the rest to follow if their content proves profitable and brings in the listeners. Spotify is a huge company. They won't be neglectful with regards to the money that they spend. The fact that they haven't done another video since a whole year means that they're probably not getting money from Spotify. Netflix, again, nothing has been released. Things like this do take time, and obviously we've had the pandemic, so possibly the logistics just haven't been there to build any projects. But if Spotify is anything to go by, then perhaps they are also being neglectful on that part. Possibly, allegedly. Now, Harry is also writing his memoir. Now, there was a bit of controversy when it was announced because he said that he was going to donate $1.5 million of the proceeds from the memoir to Senegal. Now, obviously, it's not been released yet. He would have received an advance, so that's gone into the pot. What other funds have they got coming in? Are they running low on cash? Because let's face it, that house will cost an absolute fortune to maintain. We're not talking small change here. We're talking a lot of cash per year to maintain the standards, the staff, the gardens, the cooks, everything. It would cost a lot of money. The electricity, the tax. We know that Charles has cut him off financially because Harry made a humongous ding-dong about it on Oprah. So he's got to stand on his own 2 feet. We've also got the fact that he's Chimpo, which is Chief Impact Officer for the life coaching and mental health company Better Up. We don't know how much he's being paid, but I don't think it would be enough to maintain that property in Montecito. So are they hemorrhaging cash and that they can't afford it? I don't think that's the case. I don't think they will downsize, because if that's the case, if they're not bringing in money to be able to afford that house, then they won't downsize. For Meghan, it would be an impossibility, impractical and unacceptable to go from a large house to a smaller house. That's not how she operates. It's either onwards and upwards or not at all for her, I would imagine. Are they hoping that the house has increased in value just by them living in it? That would be another theory. Is this flipping houses? Would them just simply living and owning the property be enough to increase its value? I don't think they hold that pull at all. There are also rumours that this house is not in their names, that it's in a trust fund for Harry. In 1994, Queen Elizabeth's mother, the Queen Mother, placed 2/3 of her money, which was estimated to be around £19 million, into a trust fund for her great-grandchildren, which included William and Harry. Now, The Guardian reported that the brothers split around £6 million of this trust at the age of 21, and Harry took the majority of that money to compensate for not becoming sovereign. That's right, Harry got the lion's share because of William's line of succession. He could also become even richer when he reaches the age of 40. Now, Harry is 37 at the moment, but both William and Harry are supposed to split another £8 million of the Queen's Mother's trust fund when they both hit 40. But that's not in the pot yet, because Harry hasn't reached 40, and again, we don't know what share that will be. Will, with everything that's gone on, Harry also get the lion's share of that 8 million between the grandchildren? There was also rumours swirling, and again this is just a rumour, that Prince Charles bought the property. Are they realising that perhaps if they cash in, they can themselves get that money and buy a bigger and grander house? Again, I've got to say, I firmly believe that Meghan Markle will not downsize. The only way for her is going upwards. Is Meghan getting itchy feet? And she just wants a bigger and better house. But if the money's not coming in, where are the funds coming from? Because Prince Charles is not paying any more bills, or so we are led to believe. I'm not buying this they want to stay in the same area. I'm not buying it at all. I think, personally, they've got their sights on New York. But New York properties are at a premium. You want my opinion? And here it is. I think that they brought this property, whether it be in trust or in their names, they signed the deed and they expected everybody to fall over themselves to book them. That hasn't happened. We've not seen the public appearances because of COVID, and that was their money maker. People would predominantly pay them to speak, but because of COVID, that hasn't happened. It was reported that each of them could get up to almost $1 million per speech. That was before Oprah though, wasn't it? Do you think people will pay that now, even with or without a pandemic? Are they tarnished? Have they blackballed themselves? So technically, the most logical theory is they're running out of cash. There is another theory that's swirling around, is that they don't actually own the property and that the real owners want their property back and their lease is finished. That's a very valid theory, that we were led to believe that they actually own this property when it was all smoke and mirrors, and they actually didn't, that they were just renting it. It does seem rather odd that they've not done any renovations at all to their property, or that we're led to believe. And I think we would have heard if they had. Somebody in Montecito would have said something. If you'd have just brought a property and you weren't over the moon with it, you'd change it before you'd move, wouldn't you? You'd think, right, well, let's extend this, let's do that, let's make that room bigger and knock through a wall and move this and move that. It doesn't seem like they've redecorated at all. And that rings alarm bells. To me, that's somebody who lives in a rented property. Now, a lady called Beatrice Cardenas, who is a congressional candidate for California, posted on Twitter that taxes are due in California, and she's found the taxes that are due for 765 Rockbridge Road in Santa Barbara, California, which is exactly where the duo live. And their taxes are $70,000. I don't know whether that's huge or not. To me, that's a large amount of money. Also, if you're not over the moon with a property, you wouldn't really say that about the property that you're living in now if you actually want to put it on the market, because that might put buyers off. And then they'd think, well, what's wrong with the property? If these two don't like the property, I don't want it. I truly believe they thought the world would fawn over them. They thought everybody would fall at their feet and that they would be inundated with offers. Now, they did have offers, but obviously those offers are under the contingency that they actually provide the service that they've been paid to do. That hasn't happened yet. So they will not be getting a massive check. Yes, they would have got retainers and they'd have got a lump sum up front, but that's not how companies work. You have to work for your money, and it seems that nothing really has transpired. It's such a weird article that they're not over the moon with a property. It's very, very odd, isn't it? They've only been living there for 18 months. So they're either not got cash coming in, or they want bigger and better things because they've got the cash coming in. But from where? That's what I can't understand. Only time will tell what their next move will be. Will they stay in California? Will they go to New York? And a lot of people are saying that New York is the next viable step for them. But to do that, you need a hell of a lot of capital. Have they got it? They certainly won't get it from the royal family, not with how they've been treated. Or is that what they're really hoping? That they've used all of this unnecessary drama and attention and throwing shade and accusations at the royal family to guilt trip them into buying them a bigger and better property. Viable option indeed. So I would love to know your thoughts on this new development. Why are they looking to sell? Do you think that they have run out of cash? Do you think that they are not really liked in their neighbourhood? Or do you think that this is all smoke and mirrors and that it's not really their property at all and that they're renting it? As always, I would love to know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.